And make no mistake, this is an utter tragedy for the innocent Israelis and innocent Palestinians who are victims in this. What is happening now is a terrible, horrible situation, and I fear greatly for what will come in the days and weeks ahead, and the potential for escalation of violence in Israel, Gaza and the rest of the occupied Palestinian territories and neighbouring countries. It is also horrific for the Australian Jewish and Muslim communities, distraught at the face of loved ones, their brothers and sisters, and the prospects of peace in this long-troubled region. The overwhelming majority of Australian Jews and Australian Muslims that I know, good people, good Australians, who desperately want to see a just resolution to this conflict. This parliament is right to condemn unreservedly the attack by terrorist group Hamas on innocent civilians. These murderous attacks were designed deliberately to provoke terror and international outrage. But one of the numerous tragic aspects of this attack, beyond the horrific and immediate impacts on human life, is that the actions of Hamas are not in the interests of Palestinians. Hamas's actions hamper efforts to achieve the two-state solution for which I and most Australians have long advocated for, and I know you, Deputy Speaker, have been at the forefront of that effort for many years in this parliament. All human life is sacred, and innocent civilians should be protected. In that context, of course, Israel has an inherent right to defend itself, and it should not be controversial to state that right is not unfettered and does not and cannot justify any action or the indiscriminate mass killing of Palestinians, innocent Palestinians, in response. Australia has consistently and loudly said that Israel must act within the rules of war. Australia has expressed a principled view that Israel and all actors should seek to protect civilian lives. The overwhelming feedback I've had from my community is the concern and the need to protect human life and ensure that Australia's response, along with the rest of the international community, equally values the lives of people in Gaza and innocent Palestinians and Israelis and their collective suffering and loss. I share this concern, and in doing so, I decry the gross politicisation of this tragedy by the Leader of the Opposition and a certain national broadsheet. An overwhelming message from my community now is despair and terror at what may be coming in the days and weeks ahead, and a cry that the mass punishment of 2 million people in Gaza is not a proportionate response, and this is a trap that Israel must not fall into. It is what Hamas are trying to provoke. It seems clear that there is a geopolitical element to this organised attack by Hamas that has little to do with the conflict and occupation and much to do with regional geopolitics in Iran. I agree with the many speakers who've called out the nefarious, insidious impact of Iran. The international community is right to expect that humanitarian aid be allowed through and that innocent civilians be protected, and I welcome the government's allocation of $10 million of additional and immediate humanitarian aid funding for the people of Gaza. Anti-Semitism is to be utterly condemned, and the fear that the Australian Jewish community is now feeling is unacceptable. Anti-Semitism hurts us all, as we are a multicultural, a proudly diverse nation. Islamophobia is corrosive and unacceptable and hurts us all. ASIO Director-General Mike Burgess was right to call for calm in the Australian community, and responsible political leaders will heed this call. I'll continue to speak up for peace and a just resolution, and I hope that all of us are guided by a common principle of a just and enduring peace, a negotiated two-state solution in which Israel and a future Palestinian state coexist in peace and security within internationally recognised borders. Though that day sadly seems further away than before these attacks, we must never give up on peace. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.